All right, everybody, welcome to episode 4 of an interview with someone you don't know. Tonight, I have another special guest, and I would like to introduce him right off the bat. So let's see what we have here. If I can press the right buttons. All right, welcome to the chat here, Captain Hook's Revenge.
Ahoy, me matey.
Ahoy! I'm over here. I am looking for a lost treasure. And I think it's on this beach behind me. Um, if I found your lost treasure, what would I find in it?
My lost treasure. Oh, probably a couple bananas. Um, maybe an old bass string. Yeah, probably one of those. I don't have a lot of treasures, so
Bananas and bass strings. Is that the name of your
yeah,
next album?
that sounds pretty good. Yeah.
I am aware that you are a musician, correct?
That is true, yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about maybe about your band, if you want to, and what it means to you to be a musician?
Well, I'm still kind of battling the whole am I anonymous, am I not? It's kind of hard to be in both worlds where you're trying to do two different things.
Well, okay.
I guess,
You can just tell me what it's like to be a musician then.
Okay, sure. Well, I mean, it probably goes without saying. It's pretty awesome. It's a lot of fun, and it's really cool to just meet a lot of different people. And I think sometimes that helps me kind of keep chill with everything that's going on. It helps me see what everybody else's point of view is that are not coming from the same angle I am, and that can be stressful for some. I find it reassuring, actually.
Oh, I lost you. That's what I get for pressing buttons.
Uh-oh.
It's alright. It is alright. I just have to... Oh my gosh. Alright. Man, I am getting so... I was off to such a good start when I started streaming, and then all of a sudden these last few live streams I've done, I'm continuously having frickin' problems. So I would like it if I didn't have these problems anymore.
Yeah, I was hoping we worked them out.
Captain Hook's Revenge, he was pleasant enough to help me try to work on some of my things here last night after the stream. I dropped my frame rate from 60 to 30, but YouTube's still telling me now I'm lagging, now that I'm actually doing it, when I had no problems last night. But I got you back. You are back now, and
Oh, good.
one of my reoccurring questions I like to ask our guests is, what are the contents of your pockets? And I hope it is not bananas and bass strings.
It's not. I keep quite a few things in my pockets. I like to be prepared for just about any situation I get into, but let me see what I got here. Let's see. I got a popsicle stick. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. I'll find some good use for it. I've got a remote to a Sony camcorder. It doesn't work, but you never know. Let's see. I got some nunchucks.
This is all right. So, did you plan on me asking you this?
No. That's what I keep in my pockets. I got a lighter.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
A vape cart. There we go. My filter's messing it up. I like to spend some time in the woods sometimes, so never know when you need a trail snack. So I got some pistachios, and and a useful tool here. Let's see, we got a short nose pliers. I think that's it.
I think the treasure chest. You have better stuff in your pockets than what you'd put in your treasure chest. I can tell you.
Oh yeah, I don't trust treasure chests.
All right, so today I went outside to do some grilling, and all of a sudden there was a big old thunderstorm that popped up. Uh, so it kind of ruined I mean, my grill obviously can operate in the rain, but hanging outside was canceled.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
what was your day like today, sir?
Well, we had some trampoline time. Played on the trampoline. Yeah. My day was just kind of basic.
Well, if this was closer to the end of the interview, I'll tell you it's time to bounce. But since we're still right in the middle of it, I better hold off.
Oh, are we gonna try to let it pan out, or what are we?
Oh no, I'm messing with you. I was gonna. It's a play on
Oh,
words. You're playing on the trampoline.
oh,
Yes, yes.
I'm a little slow.
All right.
I'm trying to answer the questions without divulging too much personal information.
Well, I'm reading the chat right now, and there is someone in chat that wants to let you know that you have a sweet cat shirt.
Oh yeah, yeah. These are my kitties. Yeah, they're psychedelic kitties. Check it out.
Spiral. The spiral.
Speaking of animals, I saved a dog today.
Oh, no shit.
There was a little baby Yorkie running around town, only 8 months old, and we have little bit of traffic in the neighborhood, and he was just doing his thing. So somebody had to save him. I snatched him up and I walked around until I found its owner, and luckily he was walking down the street at the same time. So yeah, I did have a good day.
Now, news-wise, did you have a chance to pay attention to anything that was going on in the news today?
Yeah, quite a bit. A lot of stuff going on.
What would be you give me your version of a news blast for today then? What are the big things that you remember?
One thing that stood out to me was this bust that they had. I guess it was Australian led, with the encrypted phones that the FBI has supposedly dispatched throughout the world, and basically to get one you had to know a criminal, and so all these criminals had these encrypted phones, and they got pretty much snatched up by that through a program called ANOM.
That sounds familiar.
So yeah, it's kind
I
of
actually
weird.
thought that was pretty
And,
big news today myself. I didn't really see it getting shared around that much, and it didn't get a lot of comments when I shared it as well. Um,
yeah, and sometimes that's what I look for when you see something that seems like big news and it's not getting a lot of play. Sometimes it helps to keep an extra set of eyes on it because you never know what it's going to develop into. And one thing I noticed was we just had recently too the story about the UK busts, a similar, almost exact same story, just different um, set of characters and a different app. I
yeah, I
can't
believe
remember the
that
name of
was
the app at the
what,
moment.
about 6 months ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So now
but
that's
what they
great.
found, yeah, yeah, really good. But what they found recently is that a lot of royals uh, and politicians are also using that very same app that a lot of the criminals were using. So that's they threw that in there so nonchalantly that I was like, well, what is there a connection to these things? What are they trying to tell us here? The fact that that story came out just a couple of days before this one we saw today had me wondering. That the incident happened a while back, but that they bring it back up just a couple of days after they dropped this other story, it was a red flag for me.
And that's world news as well. This was something that happened around the world, and I like to see that because I always like to tell people, um, like everyone wants to pay attention to what's going on in American politics, but the stuff that's going on behind the scenes has its little kraken tentacles wrapped up all over in world politics, and uh, no one's really interested in like. All right, so no one's really interested in local news or world news. Like a lot of it, it's just
Yeah.
like straight up, what's going on in the government, and uh, what type of beer products do you use?
Beer products, well, I'm not sure what brand it is. I use just various brands of. I really like beard balms. They really tighten up the beard, keep it nice and clean.
Now,
But
balms. Now that's like a waxy substance, correct?
it is, yeah. It's a little bit oily, but it's not like too cakey either. Although there's some balms are. You
You have
gotta
a
find the right
mighty
one.
fine beard, friend.
Oh, thank you. I grew it
And
myself.
do we have Smo in chat? I want to see what Smo thinks about your hair. All right.
Oh, that's right.
I'll
Yeah.
come back and check on that later. If you have an explosion going on behind you now, it's from my understanding, at least with myself, I choose my backgrounds on purpose. Okay, so like there's a reason I have my background like this tonight. Is there a reason why you have a large explosion behind you?
Well, because I walk in, I fuck shit up, and I walk out.
Oh, so that's what happened at the big when I switched over and lost you. You were fucking shit up. You had that energy going for you.
It's generally, yeah. It's usually my fault.
Excellent. Excellent. So if you walked outside your door and you look down to the left, and you spit, what color mailbox would you have?
Brown?
Brown. That's almost like I should really think about my questions instead of just throwing random stuff out there, because I really don't want to be telling people what color mailboxes people have. Oh my God. Everybody give me negative points for that. What's the opposite of fire? We need water in the chat. Water in the chat, please. We got someone in the chat says, Joseph Thomas says, I use beard balm to style his hair. He uses beard balm in his hair. There you go. Baby Cakes.
I sometimes do put it in my hair.
Baby Cakes uses beard balm too. And maybe I bet she's gonna tell me she makes like a killer brisket with it. Like, got a bunch of comedians in chat tonight, but I wouldn't have it any other way. You gotta have a sense of humor when you're in our when you deal with all the stuff that we deal with.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it's just everything everything is so serious that we'd just be drained if we took it all seriously.
It can be really demoralizing. I mean, when they say to put on the armor, it's true. You sometimes do need an extra protection for the psyche, because I very much believe that we manifest the things in our thoughts. And when you are weighing down on that negative energy so much, man, it affects your daily life. So having the memes and keeping the positive attitude, that's what it's about. Otherwise, you get just wrapped up too far down the rabbit hole, and it can get dangerous.
Okay, speaking of rabbit holes, a lot of us have a rabbit hole that kind of began our journey into what we call the Great Awakening. Do you recall what rabbit hole you tumbled down?
Yeah. Somewhat of a long story. I'll try to.
No, you're good. You're good. We're good.
Well, I guess actually the first thing that woke me up was what some might call a leftist psyop. Actually, if anybody remembers the film Zeitgeist, I think it was a series. That kind of woke me up to the things. I was a little bit younger then, and I traditionally had voted Democrat because I came from a union family. And that's just, the way it was. I used to say stupid stuff like, yeah, Republicans they always vote Republican because their parents do. I was doing that, and I didn't even realize how hypocritical I was being. But, what really, besides Zeitgeist, what really woke me up was Barack Obama, because I voted for him in 2008, and I really did believe that he was going to do some great things. So I was stoked. I was excited to see what he was going to do. And it didn't take long to realize that he was just another status quo man. And then after 2 years of his administration, I realized it was much worse than that. And I still couldn't jump on the Republican bandwagon because, I mean, look, our option was Mitt Romney. So I knew from the start that Mitt was just not good. You can just look at the dude and know. So I had kind of started branching out into the Ron Paul movement, and I really it was Ron Paul that woke me up to a lot of this stuff. And so I guess really that's where my red pill began, because then I started getting more active and speaking out and learning more about it. I felt so stupid for some of the things I had said in the past that I realized I needed to start actually educating myself instead of letting everything be spoon fed to me like I had for so many years. So I
Now,
guess that's
I actually have a similar story. I'm not going to get into it, but Union family, Ron Paul, there's a lot of overlaps there. Um, so I understand exactly what you're talking about. Where can we find you on social media?
well, I'm on Gab under Captain Hook's Revenge, and I was on Twitter, but we all know how that battle goes. I may get back in there sometime soon, but I'm just kind of coasting and kind of watching the movie play out because it's clear that there's a lot more going on than meets the eye. And I know a lot of us, it's been a roller coaster ride. It has for me, but the thing that keeps me going is just my faith in God. The trust the plan. Yeah, there's a plan, but I don't care what everybody else thinks that plan is. None of us know what that real plan is. It's not of man. So, and I don't mean to get too far into that side of it, but I do believe that when you just let go of, if you realize that control is an illusion and you let it go, you'll be amazed the places it finds you find yourself in. You just follow the synchronicities.
I've been guided this whole way myself, and it'd be no other guide but God, I could say. So I agree 100%. Why don't you go ahead and say goodbye to our viewers, and then I'll go ahead and wrap up our interview, and I'll catch you later. Thank you for coming on.
All right. See you, troops.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in for episode 4 of An Interview with Someone You Don't Know. Now I can no longer have Captain Hook's Revenge come on because he will be someone you do know. I'm going to go ahead and put his contact info in the description box of this video, so make sure you check there in a couple minutes and it'll be all up to date. Everybody, I hope you guys have a great night.